Hi, our group is going to have Bario as our MPU3312 Malaysian Experiential Tourism assignment title. Next. Bario is located at northeast corner of Sarawak, which is very close to the border of Indonesia. It's lying at the altitude of 1,000 meters above the sea level. Bario is a Kelabit territory with minority of Orang Ulu tribes of Sarawak, which Kelabit people is indigenous dialect people and is one of the smallest ethnic group in Sarawak. Bario is named after the Kelabit language of Bario means wind. Besides, Bario is also known as land of 100 handshakes, as this is how friendly the locals treat you when you are around the community. There are a total of 13 villages in and around Bario, and the locals are mostly living in a traditional longhouse. This place is famous about the highland rice and awesome organic pineapple grown by the locals. There are 2 ways to reach Bario, which is by plane and on foot. 45 minutes flights are available from Miri to Bario International Airports. Otherwise, logging route is also available, which is from Miri to the Highlands, which take around 10 to 14 hours to reach Bario by a 4-wheel drive. Next.
So next is about the uniqueness of Bario. Next. Firstly, one of the most famous agricultural attractions in Bario is there is a lot of paddy field which is spread around all the villages. If you are a person who loves to see the paddy field, Bario will be one of the most suitable choices for you. Unlikely to other places such as Kinchan, the paddy planted in this highland region is a unique cultivar which is known locally as Arden rice. One of the factors for the success in paddy cultivation is Bario's unique geography, as it has a flat open area with muddy waterlogged soil and consistent supply of the fresh water from 7 streams and rivers, which is originating from the surrounding highly mountain areas. Other than enjoying the beautiful view of the paddy field, you can also take a lot of beautiful pictures here as shown in here. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, next will be the historical tourism. First is the plane wreck from the World War II. This wreck of the aircraft is located at the Bario Airport and still can be seen by today. On 11th of September 1964, this aircraft was operated by the Royal Air Force. When it was landing, it is too close to the beach and stuck at the edge of the beach, so that the aircraft will become wet and it was beyond to repair, so that the army left it. Next will be the Tom Harrison Monument. The monument is shaped like Sape and is made from the stainless steel to commemorate the parachute drop in Bario on 1945. In that time, the troop is under command of the Major Tom Harrison, and the goal is to help the local to fight the Japanese. After the war, Harrison stayed in Borneo and was curator of the Sawarak Museum from 1947 to 1966. During that time, he and his wife discovered 14,000 years human skull in Nia Cave. Next.
The first attraction of cultural tourism is longhouse. Longhouse is a long, proportionally narrow building for communal dwelling. Longhouses has afforded its residents protection, safety, and convenience since the ancient time. It allows unique bonds to form between family, neighbors, and friends. The largest longhouse in Bario, Asal Lembau, is home to 23 families. The second attraction, Bario traditional cuisine, includes jungle food from insects to wild meat, edible flowers to unique Bario rice. Nubalaya, known as fragrant rice wrapped in leaves, requires labor-intensive preparation. The rice needs to be mashed into smooth texture without clumps. Tahau is a condiment made of wild ginger from the jungle and is most often served with fish. And lastly, traditional dance of Bario includes hornbill dance, ngarang, the warrior's dance, and the harvest dance, among many others. This will be performed to the tune of Kelabit songs and chants, accompanied by musical instruments such as sape and tube sitar.
Next, I will talk about the adventure tourism. One of the biggest attractions in Bario is trekking from longhouse to longhouse through the jungle and past the rice field. Most of the activities in Bario can be done on our own, but some particular trekking or hiking require a local guide. Depending on the level we need, there are easy, medium hikes all the way up to advanced treks. Along the trekking, some forest fruits and natural springs like bamboo plants can be found. They also have a small waterfall where we can stop by and eat lunch. While at night, we can see a stunning night sky scattered with stars like diamond dust in an ink pool. Some popular trekking places in Bario include the Prayer Mountain Trek, Pineapple Farm Treks, and Palunga Village Treks. That's all from me. Thank you.
There are three leisure tourism that can do in Bario. The first is Marara Hot Spring. It's the best pit stop for those getting to Bario by road. It was located at halfway long Tawas and near Bario. The lodge is very rustic and can get you close to nature and yourself. The hot spring water is piped from nearby mountain source and 4 different soaking pools, so can soak yourself in multiple hot springs that from part of lodge to unwind. Second is cycling in Bario. Most of the homestay in Bario offer mountain bike rental, so can use them to explore the highland village. During cycling, can see highland party field, traditional Kalapi house, and other natural landscape around Bario. Third is catch a Bario sunset. The best place to see the sunset in Bario is at Bukit Korea. It's located behind the main town center. Once you up there, you will see the wooden hut, which is the spot to catch the sunset. For the time wise, best to go up at around 5 p.m. to catch the sunset. Okay, next.
Okay, so I will be talking about the promoting and marketing of Bario. Instead of maximizing the number of tourists, the marketing of rural destinations like Bario should focus on the creation of tourist products which delivers unique experience to consumers. Thus, as long as Bario focuses in development of conservation and of natural environments, preservation of local culture, and maintaining the socio-economic patterns, the destination will potentially attract more tourists due to its unique rural experience. Moreover, the tourism in Bario can be promoted as a form of adventure due to its difficulty of transportation and accessibility. Hence, tourists can gain the non-everyday life experiences which serves as a way to escape from their city life. Tourist information of Bario can be introduced and promoted to the public through travel guide websites, articles, local news, and videos such as documentaries and travel logs. Okay, thank you.
Okay, now I will be discussing on the positive impacts. One of the economic impacts is employment creation, which could help improve the standard of living of the local people. Next, the Malaysian official portal reported the tourism industry has contributed 15.9% of GDP in 2019. Hence, direct revenue from the tourism taxation could increase domestic welfare by financing improvement in facilities for the local communities. In terms of social cultural impacts, cultural tradition can be preserved and transmitted through tourism, which plays a crucial role in protection of the local heritage. Also, tourism raise local awareness of the financial value of natural and cultural sites, and this can stimulate a feeling of pride in the locals. Lastly, in terms of conservation, natural-based tourism provide incentive for the locals community to protect the wildlife habitats on which the industry relies on.
Okay, so I'm going to present the negative impact of the tourism. The first one is a negative economic impact of the tourism, including as economic leakage, infrastructure costs, and the price inflations. All of the factors are depending on the increasing visitor, demand for the essential service and the commodities. So next one is a negative social cultural impact of the tourism, including as alcoholism and gambling, language and cultural effects, and when the lifestyle, migration, or the displacements. And lastly, negative environment impact of the tourism are also the depletion of the natural resources, including with water, land degradation, and resources, pollution as air pollution, noise, solid waste, and the littering. Last but not least, adverse effect of the wildlife on the disturbing the feeding patterns, disruption of the parents' offspring bonds, and the increased hunting and the poachings. So that's all for my part. I will pass it to my another member. Thank you.
Next, we'll look at the recommendations on sustainability in Bario. Bario is a serene town located in the Malaysian Borneo Highlands, known for their sweet pineapples, Bario rice, agricultural activities, a cool climate with warm and friendly people. Next. However, certain social and economic practices of the Bario community are unaligned with the 17 SDGs curated by the United Nations in 2015. A recent study shows that several SDGs need to be reinforced within the community. Next. Exporting forest resources such as firewood and timber is an economic pillar of Bario. However, uncontrolled deforestation and logging in the highland region can cause a huge catastrophe as seen in Cameron Highlands. Therefore, logging activity should be strictly regulated. Next. Next, as a source of energy, a daily average of 25 kilos of firewood is used per family. Schools use 1.2 tons on a daily average. These methods of energy generation are inefficient and pollutes the environment. Moreover, renewable energy resources is a is a viable alternative energy source used in remote regions. Thank you.